Hello, my name is Will Oldham. I usually musically represent Bonnie Prince Billy, or he represents me, and I'm coming to you for MyMusicRx to talk about some of the power of music to uplift. There's music that has chord progressions and melodies and lyrics that are designed like maybe when Frank Sinatra sings My Way or something like that. Music designed to lift you up out of a space, but usually those kinds of songs only really function to lift you up if you're already in, if you're already treading water. And I like to hear things sometimes that are so out there and so they don't seem to have any agenda, and they seem to kind of wipe the slate clean. There's a fellow whose name is Helge, who's from Oslo, Norway, and he makes music he used to make music under the name Death Prod, and it was just all sorts of noises and sometimes vocalizations, these sort of soundscapes, and they can be epic and huge, and they can be kind of scary, and they can be, I don't know, almost oppressive, except that I always hear like some kind of weird, positive, optimistic, helpful joy in all this noise that he makes. There's a record that Death Prod has called Treetop Drive, and essentially the pieces are these long, huge pulses. If you've ever played with a synthesizer, they have these, sometimes they have a noise that says hit, like a James Brown hit, like 1, 2, 2, bum, 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 and it's supposed to sound like horns and bass and guitar all hitting at once and drums. And his are like hits, but they're sort of like these orchestral, natural phenomenon hits, as if it's a tornado that's trying to play music, but using only one note each time. Just huge. And if you listen to it, and let it sort of push everything else away, I think that there's such positive energy put into creating these sounds or this music. It's a way of getting perspective by filling your brainscape with something that is positive and blows all the pettiness that people might be filling your head with all the time, or you might be filling your head with. There's another thing called folk rave. It's just a long, multi-tonal drone, which once again, every time I listen to it, it's like 25 minutes, and I start it and I think I'm just going to listen to it once, and then it's a few seconds go by and it's over. That's 20 minutes. I just feel so uplifted and like I'm allowed all of a sudden to think good things and to feel okay about things. So yeah, there's like a kind of music that you may or may not, some of the experimental musics or the drone musics that really are a gift, and they don't feel like someone's just pushing something on you or selling something to you. It's just it's a noise that your mind can turn into anything it wants to. So I hope you find some of that music. Thanks very much.